If you didn't come to us and end up getting some help, what do you think would be different now?
I definitely wouldn't have nowhere near the confidence financially. That's for sure. Whether I'd be still in the same mindset or not, I don't know. I think as an analytical person, I would have figured it out eventually. It just would have taken me a lot longer, having to do it myself manually in spreadsheets and not knowing the hidden costs or hidden constraints around, say, taxation or financial services. Having Pivot there just removed all that. You are fully set up. You can pull the right levers. You can plug the right numbers in. There's no way I would be anywhere near the confidence level I would be. I'd probably still be drinking instant coffee.
Sounds like a bit of a disaster, but I think that one thing is outcomes, and obviously people come for outcomes, and we've spoken about a few of those already. But the other part of it is that just making things happen more rapidly, because you do have that you're not missing anything, which gives you, because everyone's scared of, there's the FOMO thing, but the fear of stuffing it up. And when you're making these bigger decisions, that you don't. The barrier that stops people from taking the action that they need to take to get the results that they want is that they don't know that they're not missing anything. So if you have someone that can say, yes, everything is going to be okay, no, there's nothing else that we should be thinking about here, then you push it. And plus we do a bit of the doing for you to make sure that it happens and sort of lay it all up in a silver platter, that you take the action faster, then you get the results faster. And I think for any investment, that the biggest benefit that you get is the last sort of 5 years of that investment. So if you can start 5 years sooner, then you're going to be so much better off at the back end, because you've built that initial momentum and groundwork. Karim, what situations do you think are suited for people to have an advisor? Like, when should someone be thinking about actually using a financial advice company to help them with their money?
I think as you start to, I don't want to be too generalistic here, but once you start to earn at least a half decent income, and I think the earlier you start, the better. But by all means, building wealth starts sooner than later. You don't want to be 60 planning to retire at 65 and start your journey of trying to build wealth. The amount of runway you have just reduces. So the earlier the better. That'd be definitely my advice. And if you're starting to have money that you feel that you can spend, or if you feel that you are struggling to know where your money is and where it's going, then by all means, I think that's where Pivot can really help.
And I think, look, the more stuff that you've got going on, the more opportunities that creates as well. If you've got a little bit of savings, you've got some, decent savings capacity. Obviously, there's the decision-making piece, but, you might have some investments that are there, that there's more things that you can optimize or refine, and that's ultimately what drives the results. Karim, what would your advice be for someone that's listening in now, if they were thinking about getting some help with their money? What would be your top tips for them?
First and foremost, understand what you want. What are the things that you absolutely need, apart from the absolute necessities like putting food on the table? What are some of the things that you want to get out of life, both now and, I suppose, at retirement? If you've got that sort of picture in your head, it could be like, every 2 years you want to go on a nice trip to somewhere. Normally I'd say Europe, but maybe not Europe right now. But it could be a new toy. It could be education for your kids. Whatever that is, if you've got that idea, that's definitely a place to start. And then I suppose once you've got that idea and you've got I suppose engaging them with Pivot to then go, well, how do they make it happen? And that's where the power of your financial planning comes into effect.
Absolutely, and I think it's a hard one, because there's so much variety in the types of advice that, or the types of help that people can